Hello and welcome to the tutorial for part 1 of the Moving Man Virtual Lab. The first thing you want to do is click on the link that loads up the Moving Man simulation. It takes a little bit of time to load up. Almost there. That's it. Let's go back to our instructions. We want to click on the top tab that says Charts to bring up the graphs. There we are. Now, let's take a look at scenario 1 for constant position. We want to set the position to x equals 5 meters, the velocity to 0, and the acceleration to 0. So in the position box, we type in 5 and click enter. For velocity, we keep it 0, but we're going to click the show velocity vectors, and also for acceleration, we keep that 0 and click the show vector. Now we click play to start generating our graphs. And let's let this run for about 10 seconds. And now that we've got our graphs, let's come back to the document, and you can either do these by hand, or if you want to, you can do these in a Google drawing. And let's make a copy of the position, velocity, and acceleration graphs. The position graph looked like it was a straight line, a horizontal line, that had a positive intercept. So the horizontal line was above the horizontal axis. And let's just say that this had a height of 5 meters because the object stayed in the same place at 5 meters for the entire time, not moving. Let's thicken up the line. And then I want to color it blue. And this is what our position graph looks like for an object that has constant position. The reason why it has constant position is it has velocity 0. So let's draw the velocity graph. I'm going to use the color green for velocity. And the velocity is 0 the entire time. So let's put a horizontal line at 0 and thicken it up. And then let's copy our result for the acceleration graph. The acceleration was 0 the entire time, so that's also a horizontal line, and I'm going to use red for acceleration in our class. So there we go. Those are the first 3 graphs for scenario 1. And let's go to scenario 2, where there's constant positive velocity. We're going to set the position to -10 and set the velocity to 5. So let's reset the simulation and set the position to -10. And let's click show vectors for our velocity. We type in -10 for position, push enter. And let's type in +5 for velocity and acceleration 0. And let's generate our graphs by pushing play. And if you notice, the moving man moves forward with a steady, constant velocity, which leads to that diagonal line. And then when the moving man hits the wall, it stops moving, and we have a constant position of +10. Let's come back to the document and jot these graphs down, noting things like the intercept. And we notice that the acceleration graph had a little bit of a dip in it, and the velocity graph was 2 horizontal lines, and the blue position graph was a diagonal line that crossed over the horizontal axis at 2 seconds, and then changed into a horizontal blue line at 4 seconds when our moving man hit the wall. Give that third scenario a try and reproduce the graphs. Thanks so much for watching our tutorial. Have a great rest of the day.